Okay, good evening. It's really late, but I need to give these journals out tomorrow, so I need to videotape it tonight. So that's what I'm doing. This is hopefully the last time I will have to do a journal share with me just holding my phone, because I do apologize, it is wiggly. I try to hold still, but, well, okay. So tomorrow I should be getting a device in the mail that will hold everything nice and steady, hopefully. Okay, so I have made three journals, and they are for young ladies in my church that wish to start journaling, and I am so all for that. Anybody who wants to start journaling, I am in awe of their determination to do it. It's awesome. Okay, so excuse me, I got a paper pad. It was the one I got when I was in Utah, and so I've used it on all three journals. So we'll start with this one first. This was actually the last one I made. That was first, second, and third. So we'll start with the last one first. Beautiful pattern papers. They're cardstock, and so I used one page of it for the cover and another page for the inside front cover. Front and back. Okay, you know what I mean. And then I sewed all around the edge. I kept it simple, mostly because I had 1 week to do 3 journals, so embellishments were kept simple for that reason. But I still think that they're just, the paper alone is just so pretty. This is a Mrs. Coggs image, her flying birds, and then I put a piece of pattern paper behind it, just roughed it up a bit. I just got this today at an estate sale. Just beautiful black. So I used that and some eyelets for the closure. And there's the back. It's kind of a really pretty script stamping type of thing going on. And we'll go inside. Okay. Here's the inside front cover. I've done pockets on the front and the back. And then in this one, we have behind it a die cut. And then this book belongs to stamp. And then this tag that I've made with cardstock, and then I've run a piece of cardstock through my embosser and just roughed it up a bit and made a little pocket for this tag that I got off Pinterest. Excuse me. It never fails. As soon as I start making a video, I have to clear my throat 12 times. Tag page that I learned from Teresa LaFrance. Awesome. Edith Holden. This one is glued down, top and bottom, so it makes a pocket. And then I've added quotes and scriptures for the young ladies. So this is one of them. This die cut came from, I do believe her name is Anne Marie. Her and I did a swap recently. And then this is just a Tim Holtz die cut. And then we have another Mrs. Coggs. And then I've backed onto line cardstock and sewn around it for ease of journaling. Then I've done an altered paper clip with Mrs. Coggs' book page and Tsunami Rose. And then on this, I've just kind of swervy edge, I don't know what you would call it, a different cut. And then we have this envelope that I got from Vintage Paper Emporium over on Etsy. And this image comes from a lady named Angelica, I think is her name. And you open it like that. And on the inside, I have a booklet that I've added a couple of pieces of the vintage 1901 lined paper for journaling. And then we have this cute little envelope that comes from Leslie's Shop Vintage Paper Emporium. And inside we have this little tag from Anne Marie. I hope I'm saying her name right. I think that's her name. And she also sent me that one. Cute little tag. And then it all sits just right under the paper clip. Yeah. This is from an old art book that I received from my friend Ashley. Thank you, Ashley. And then we have a little bit of, oh my goodness, stenciling throughout. It's really late. I have lace tabs in this one. This is from an old address book. Well, okay. It's not really old, but I got it at a yard sale. Pattern paper, journal prompt paper, vintage tracing paper, an old book page. This flips out, some stenciling, and then Mrs. Coggs, Flying Birds, isn't that pretty? Backed with lined cardstock for journaling. And then in this one, we also have a mini journal, notebook, whatever you want to call it. That there's just some watercolor sketch paper in there, lots of it, and a piece of tea-stained pattern paper. Let's see if I remember her name. Sorry. If I can reach it. Let me see. I have everybody's name that I get stuff from, ideas from. Oh my goodness. Except hers, apparently. Anyway, I'll try and find it and link her. No, it's not either. Well, okay. She has some really good ideas. I am so sorry. And one of them was she die cut 2 circles, one bigger, one little smaller. She glued the bottom one down completely, and then she put some of the red tape, really, really sticky, and she put it along the edge, and then for some reason, and it sticks. It just holds it really well. I don't understand why, and it's really cool. So I've done what she did, except that I added some embossed paper instead. And Mrs. Coggs. This is lavender in the garden, I do believe, and just some brown paper on the back. Another lace tab. This is some gorgeous dyed paper that I got from Anne Marie. I do not know what she dyed it with, but it is really pretty pink. We have a gift bag. Inside is a tabbed index card and another scripture card. It was kind of bright yellow on that one, wasn't it? Here we have a vintage address book page. 1, 2, 3 pages there. And what do you call this? Grid paper. Thank you. This is the center of the book. I've made a pocket, and I've made a really deep pocket and then a smaller pocket. So in the deep pocket, we have a quote about why you should journal, basically. And this tag came from, I don't remember her name, well, it's been a while now, that she and I did a swap. So this is the tag that she made. And this little tag comes out. Isn't that pretty? So I thought that would look nice in here. But I'll put that in later. Okay. And then we have, again, Mrs. Coggs lavender in the garden. Lace trim on either side. This has a bolt pin. And we live by the beach, so starfish. And oh, I don't know if it's vintage. A button. There you go. Sorry, it's late. Napkin decoupage on tag. And this tag that I embossed. And lined index card on the back. And 2 and 3. Other half of the bag, we have this tag that I got off Pinterest. Lined cardstock on the back. Tabbed index card. More of that beautiful paper. And a lace tab. This is another flip out. And a quote card. Journal card. And a tag from Pinterest. Lots and lots of journaling space. But I hope it's fun with colorful pages and lots of interest for them. Beautiful little lace. I do believe this came from Vintage Paper Emporium. I do believe. The other half of that art book page. See this? The cutest little clothespin. Comes from Vintage Paper Emporium on Etsy. And another scripture card. This one I've stamped on and added a die cut flower. A little bit of washi. Then I made an envelope. And on the inside we have another Mrs. Cogs. It's just brown paper on the back. Edith Holden. Duck spot. Pocket, whatever you want to call it. Another Mrs. Cogs. She has such beautiful images. And grid paper on the back for trimming. And this is my newest find. My front porch designs, but her YouTube is porch swing designs. So she has some beautiful images though. And this one is the envelope, and it has a scripture card on the inside. And then a tag page. The back pocket has a large journal card or tag in it. And the image is from Tracy Fox. A little pocket down at the bottom here. Another front porch design. This is either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Benjamin Franklin, and I really like the glasses at the bottom. Nice touch. And this one is from her also. And then you can journal on the back. Yep. There it is. And that is the first one, or the last one, whichever way you're looking at it. And we have this one. This one I've chosen to put the definition of journal on the front. And then this beautiful piece I found at an estate sale. Closure is the same, eyelets, and this time crinkle ribbon, which I think is really pretty. Okay, this is the inside paper. It's from the same paper pad. It's very pretty. Again, the Why You Should Journal quote. And this is cardstock and vintage book page. And this piece comes from a long line of, I got it at a yard sale, of banner. And so I just cut one of the pieces off, de-dyed it, and put it on here. That was pretty. Okay, Edith Holden. Some pretty seam binding. And then we have, this one is not glued down, I think. Nope, it is. Sorry. It's the last one that's not glued down. or the next one. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have a Hermanlinda tag, tea-dyed paper, and this tag. Now the tabs in this one come from the Front Porch Designs. Front Porch Designs, that's it. So they're really pretty roses. Then we have a Yvonne Preston altered envelope. I've left it open behind for this scripture card. And on the inside, well, the bottom is a Tracy Fox image, and then I've added bling on top and bottom. And we have 2 tags. Both of these come from Front Porch Designs, and then I just lined the back of this with index card, and this is also one of hers. Isn't that pretty? It's right there. An old book page, and we have lined paper. It's backed with tea-dyed paper and sewn around it for journaling. Here is an altered paper clip with Edith Holden book page, some washi tape, and the flowers. And then another envelope that I've made. And on the inside, we have a little journaling booklet. The bird image comes from Mrs. Cox. No. Oh my goodness, it comes from Edith Holden. Thank you. Oh goodness. Another tag page, love those. Another tab. It's pretty much kind of the same papers, just little differences here and there to make them each unique. An index card, tabbed. An image from the art book. Very old paper, it's so pretty. And then we have another 1, 2, 3. Vintage tracing paper. A quote I found. Emily Dickinson. Here is corner flip. Rita Donnelly. And a journal card that she can color if she so desires. And this tag from Anne Marie. I hope I got her name right. Oh, I felt so bad if I didn't. Grid paper, the center. This is a pocket that you can journal on the whole thing. Just Martha Stewart edge punched it. And then made a mini journal on the inside. This gorgeous paper. And this is the extra, and I folded it over to make a pocket for this journal card. Cute little teddy bear. And then I've just added random papers. Note papers, some Edith Holden, some beautiful pink paper from Anne Marie. Not pretty. I don't know what she dyed it with. That's pretty. I did note papers, and I made it into a page by hinging it like Teresa LaFrance taught us how to do. Note papers, lined tea-dyed paper, and then it's just tied with a bow. And then on the back, I have another pocket with another journal card, this time with a bee. And then we have a belly band, some little flowers on either side of Love's in the Air, and then a big tag. There was so much going on that page, I didn't really want to add too much to the tag. We have another corner flip. We have this pretty little image from Mrs. Cox and her flying birds. An envelope that came from Vintage Paper Emporium, and then I added just a scrap piece of the paper I've been using for the covers, and then this comes from Front Porch Designs. And on the inside, we have a piece, oh goodness, of tea dyed paper. It's an extra piece that you can journal on. And 1, 2, 3. And the other half of the painting was just her legs and her feet. So I covered it up with this pocket from Front Porch Designs. On the inside, we have Tracy Fox image. Isn't that pretty? And then I've done a lace tab so it's easier to pull it out. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'll do it later. One-handed. Hopefully, next video I do is hands-free, and I can use my both hands to turn pages and stuff. It'll be awesome. And both of these, all of this, comes from Front Porch Design. The other half of the bag, no, this is the first half of the bag, excuse me. A tabbed index card. No, this is the second half. Oh my goodness, I don't even know anymore. Okay, there we go. I've got our cute little tabs. This, I do believe, comes from Angelica. And inside, we have a journal card. And there are a couple of journaling papers on the inside. You don't want me to try to get both of them out, right? No, you feel bad for me anyway, as it is. I know you do. Old book page. Clothespin. Vintage Paper Emporium. Okay, also the envelope from Leslie's shop. These I think I got from Angelica. Both pin, button, a piece of muslin that I've stamped on, and then this I had in my stash and I don't know where it came from, but it's already stamped, so awesome. And Anne-Marie. And on the inside, we have a tag. Journal card, whatever you want to call it. Tim Holtz, using it as a tuck spot for this scripture card. With Tim Holtz die cut and stamp. And she can tuck a lot more up under there if she desires. Another Mrs. Cox, Lavender in the Garden. Isn't that pretty? And then I've done a bolt pin and charms and an amethyst pebble and some cat's eye. Just a bunch of goodies and eyelets to hold it in there. This one, we have some fun fur, yay! A cut-off page, and it turned into her Melinda tag for her to journal on. And another from Front Porch Designs, a little envelope. Inside, I've taken 2 of her cards and I've glued them together. So you've got the image on one side, and she can put a date here and then do some little bit of journaling there. That'd be cute. And then we have the last page in the pocket. We have a scripture card. And a tag I made with this trim that I don't know where it came from, but it's pretty. And I've done a couple butterfly die cuts. So kind of can fluff it up after a while if you like, but it mostly gets smushed in the book. But that's okay, it's still pretty. Some more embossed paper and a tag from Pinterest. And do believe this comes from Leslie's shop. I think. There you go. Okay, and that is the second one. Actually, if I can have a favorite, I think it might be the pink one, but should probably reserve judgment until you see the third one. Or the first one is the first one I did. We have some pink ribbon on this one. It's kind of pretty. The word journal and another beehive. Not pretty. Lovely paper. Okay, this one also has a pocket. It's got this applique that I think came from Anne Marie. It is very pretty. And again, we have the Y2 journal quote. Another envelope. This time there is nothing in this one. You can fill it. And this tag that I've made with a lot of layering with a banner, a piece of pattern paper. This lady is Tsunami Rose. And then the ticket is from a free download from Junk Journal Junkies. And then just some script stamp on the back. And some lace trim. Hold up. Okay. We have this pretty pattern paper. That's what it belongs to. Tab. On this one I've done just random tags that did I have them in my stash? I don't know. Random tags that I've die cut. We've got a heart and a heart. It's tuck spot with this little teeny envelope. I'm not sure where I got it. It's really pretty. And we've got, oh goodness. Okay. There's a couple of cute little squares of paper to journal in, put a date on, something like that. And a set of tickets from Anne Marie. But that's probably where I got the envelope too. Maybe. Then we have an altered paper clip. And this one is not glued down. It's just all open. We have a Hermelinda tag. Should probably keep you in frame, huh? I'm sorry about that. And this tag. This die cut came from Anne Marie. Another tab. This one is embossed. And I've got beautiful pink paper. More phone book page. Here we have another altered envelope. Behind it is another scripture with some Tim Holtz wildflower stamping. And then in the pocket we have this tag. And this one, journal card. And this tag from, my goodness, Front Porch. Yeah, Front Porch Designs, goodness. It's really late, it's after midnight, I don't know what I'm doing up. Whenever you're fed up with life, start writing. Ink is the great cure for all human ills, as I have found out long ago. C.S. Lewis. Tracing paper. An image from the old art book with a tap. And 1, 2, 3. A gift bag. And inside we have a tapped index card. Ooh, look at that. Green and purple. Perfect together. A journal card that I've made with Mrs. Cox. This is all glued down, but I thought that the photo corners were cute. And Tim Holtz, all her dreams would come true. And then the 1901 lined paper. Very nice. Lovely paper. A quarter doily with, it's like 3 or 4 layers of parchment paper that I've tea-dyed on. And then I cut it into a heart shape and sewn down the middle. Tag from Pinterest. And Mrs. Cox. Another tag. A tag page. A book page. Center of the book. These pockets come from Nectar's Creation. Nectar's Creation. Or is it Creations? Whatever it is. Then we have a quote card. The image comes from Tracy Fox. And we have a little booklet here with Nectar's Creation flower. Little tag that I got from what is her name? Teresa Rogers, thank you. And I added a little washi to it. And then we have the index card and a few little pages in there. And I've just sewn them in. And then this side, I really wish I could remember her name. But we did a swap, and this was another of the tags that she made for me. Just so pretty. The butterfly especially, I really like that. And this tag comes out. There you go. Goes right in here. Tag page. And then we have a clip, which is holding in. This envelope comes from, oh my goodness, the Front Porch Design. And I've just cut off the flaps to hook it, make it into an envelope, and made it into a mini journal with just random pages. And there. Yeah. Lots of room to journal in this. Excuse me. And it's like I was inspired by Paula Lemon, who cuts off, when she cuts her envelopes, her bags at a diagonal. Sometimes she'll put the cut off piece somewhere else in the book for a tuck spot. So another tag from Anne Marie. The last piece I had of this gorgeous trim, but it fit perfectly, so I couldn't not use it. And then we have this scripture card and a large tag. And 1 with the tap, 2, and 3. The other half of the art book. Another of the banner. This time I left 2 together and put 1 on either side. And so this one has an Ephemera's Vintage Garden tag in it. I do believe that is. Journal card, excuse me. Tab, and another one from her. Ephemera's Vintage Garden. That's right there. Beautiful pink tracing paper. Another altered paper clip with butterfly and cherries and heartfelt. And then that opens all the way up. Beautiful Edith Holden. And then I've made this tag with Ralph Waldo Emerson saying, "Even miracles take a little time." The cuts on here came from Anne Marie, and then I had a butterfly in my stash. Last embossed tab, and we have Oh my goodness. Clothespin. I just need to go to bed, that's what it is. I have this image from a botanical book that I have. Butterfly Punch, Negative Space, Perfectly Happy from Tim Holtz. And did a little eyelet there, and this dangle came from Anne Marie. Oh goodness, there it is. And then the envelope comes from Vintage Paper Emporium. Yay, Leslie, woohoo! You were awesome. I'm really tired. And then we have this paper and the note paper. Just lots of space to journal. And then we have this journal card that she can color if she so desires. Last page, another piece of lace. And that might have come from Anne Marie too. I didn't really. Okay, we'll say it did. And then we have a Hermelinda tag. And I used a leftover piece of the pattern paper, and I traced around a innkeeper dress form and made a dress. Tied some trim around it. There you go. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that is my mess. And soon it will be in the hands of beautiful young ladies that I hope journal for many years to come. So that is my latest, and I hope and pray by next time I will have a setup that will be more stable. Thank you for liking, watching, and subscribing, even though it may make you queasy. Have a good evening and good night.